Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into what can only be described as a tectonic shift in the tech world. We're talking about Oracle's latest quarter, a truly historic event that might just signal a whole new war for the future of artificial intelligence.
All right, before we get into the numbers, just a quick heads up. This is purely for informational purposes, and none of this should be taken as investment advice. Okay, let's get to it.
So, to say that Oracle's latest earnings report sent a shockwave across Wall Street would be a massive understatement. The numbers were so big, so out of left field, that analysts were struggling for words. One report summed it up perfectly, calling it, and I quote, "the biggest bookings number we've ever seen in software, ever."
Now, to really grasp the scale of this thing, just look at this number. Oracle added $317 billion in new contract bookings. And let me be clear, that's not for the year. That's for a single quarter. This is the financial tsunami that is completely redrawing the map of the cloud industry.
Okay, so how do you even start to process a number that big? It's almost hard to believe, but it all comes down to one single metric. This is the metric that tells the whole story. And that metric is called remaining performance obligations, or RPO. Now, for any serious analyst, this is the figure that counts. Think of it as the company's entire backlog of signed, sealed, non-cancellable deals. It's the most direct measure we have of future revenue that's already in the bag.
And wow, this chart just says it all, doesn't it? Oracle's RPO didn't just grow, it went vertical. It skyrocketed an incredible 359% in just 1 year. You can see it right there, from under $100 billion to a mind-boggling $455 billion. This isn't just business as usual. This is a company transforming right before our eyes.
So, the big question, the $455 billion question is, where is all this demand coming from? The answer, in 2 letters, AI. It's all about the AI gold rush.
Oracle has basically become the go-to place for building these massive AI models. They're signing these enormous, multi-billion-dollar contracts with literally a who's who of the entire industry. We're talking about the foundational players, the ones who need almost unlimited amounts of computing power to get the job done.
So what's their secret sauce? Why are all these giants flocking to Oracle? Well, according to their own management, it's pretty simple. They can build these gigawatt-scale data centers for AI training faster and cheaper than anyone else. That speed has made them the de facto standard for this crucial first phase of the AI revolution.
But here's the thing. Winning the AI training market, as huge as that is really just step 1 in their grand plan. The bigger, long-term opportunity, and this is what has investors really paying attention, is what comes next. And it's so important to understand this difference. Think of it this way. Training is like building the engine. It's this massive upfront effort. But inferencing, that's actually driving the car. That's millions of customers using the AI every single day. Their chairman, Larry Ellison, was very direct about this. He said the inferencing market will be much, much larger than training.
And this is where Oracle thinks it has an ace up its sleeve, its new AI vector database. Now, in simple terms, this tech basically translates a company's private, sensitive data into a numerical language that AI can understand without the AI ever having to see the original documents. It's like creating a secure, uncrackable summary that the AI can work with.
Their whole strategy here is a really clever 3-step play. First, you make a company's most valuable asset, its own data AI ready. Second, you securely connect that data to all the best AI models in the world. And third, you let customers ask these critical business questions they could never ask before, combining public knowledge with their own private information. It's a game changer.
So, what does all this mean for the cloud market? Well, this isn't just about a new competitor getting in the ring. This is a fundamental reshaping of the entire landscape. A brand new cloud war is being fought, and the battlefield is AI.
I mean, just look at Oracle's own forecast for its cloud business, OCI. These numbers are backed by all those contracts we talked about. They see it growing from $18 billion next year to an incredible $144 billion by 2030. That is an 8-fold expansion in just 4 years, a trajectory that is almost unheard of.
And this brings the new cloud war into really sharp focus. For years, the market has been dominated by AWS and Azure, with Google Cloud as a distant third. Well, based on these projections, analysts now believe that Oracle's cloud could be as big or maybe even bigger than Google Cloud's by 2029. They are directly challenging the established order of things.
Okay, so let's put on our analyst hats for a second and bring this all home.
With any opportunity this massive, you have to balance the historic potential with the very real, very significant risks.
On one side of the coin, the opportunity is crystal clear. You've got that huge locked-in backlog of revenue and a leadership spot in AI, the most important technology of our lifetime. But on the other side, the risks are just as big. This is going to require an immense amount of capital spending. We're talking $35 billion this year alone. There's huge execution risk, and of course, there's always the chance that this red-hot demand for AI could eventually cool off.
So at the end of the day, it really comes down to this. Oracle has secured its future. On paper, they have hundreds of billions of dollars in contracts. But the road from that contract to actual cash flow is long and it's complicated. The battle for the future of AI infrastructure is far from over. In fact, it's just getting started.